What is good with y'all fools? Boy has been on a little bit of a vacation in Seattle, but I haven't been on a vacation for the past week. What happened was I forgot my computer in the hotel room, so I couldn't do any videos. And I was like, what's the point of making them if I can't release them right away? So yeah, but these are like most of the pickups that I got in Seattle or over the week, and a lot of them for good deals. I think I got all of this stuff for under $30, which is really good. So I want to share with you what some of my pickups, wrestling related. I got some different pickups, but I don't think y'all would be interested in that. If you guys are, just put a comment down below if you guys are interested in doing that. But yeah, here's some of my wrestling pickups that I want to show you. So let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to share with you guys is this Legends 26, I'm pretty sure, Carlito. Now, these figures are on sale right now for $16, so that is about $8 off, I'm pretty sure. Because at Target, they sell them for like 22 for some reason. But yeah, $16, and I didn't have a Carlito in my collection yet, which is actually crazy. So I had to pick this one up, you know, younger Carlito, not the modern day. You guys think he's gonna go to TNA? I personally think he's gonna go to TNA. But yeah, so we'll review all of these figures in this video. But here is the first pickup that I got, which is a Carlito. And then next we got a Legends 26 Rosie, superhero in training, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this figure looks stunning on all the detail. We'll get into the depth later, but again, I got this one for $16 in a Target in Seattle. For some reason, whenever I go out of state or on a vacation, the Targets are always way better than the local ones that I have. Same with the Walmarts, maybe just all the stores, but maybe I just have bad luck with my local shops. But yeah. And then your boy, he likes to go to swap meets whenever he has time, and likes to find some nice pickups. So here's some nice pickups we got. So on one of the swap meets I went to, we got both of these figures for a total of $5. So this one is a Stone Cold Steve Austin Elite. I don't know exactly which one. It's pretty beat up, but $5 for both of these, I was thinking, why not? Then we also got a basic Rich Swann. Now, the only other Rich Swann that they made from Mattel was the Elite. And I haven't seen any of those in person, only online. They're kind of pricey. But yeah, and I will be doing a separate video trying to revive these action figures, because I do think I can. It's just a few paint mishaps. Maybe I gotta use some acetone, and then for the Stone Cold, maybe I gotta do some hot water and blow dryer. But yeah, hopefully I can revive these two figures. Alright, so the next thing is this 3-disc ECW DVD set that I also got from a swap meet. ECW Extreme Championship Wrestling Volume 1, the unreleased set. So I do think this was about like 2008 era because of the scratch logo, and then people in 2008 still using DVDs as a prime source. But yeah, on the front you got Bam Bam Bigelow. I can't quite tell who that is, but he looks pretty bloody. On the side you got ECW unreleased. You got Taz and Tommy Dreamer right there. And then on the back you got Sabu, rest in peace, and Taz. And then you got some of the matches that are included here, but I'll show you the inside right now. But yeah, this is a pretty cool find. And then right here you got ECW released 3-disc set, and then boom, open it up, you got Tommy Dreamer and Taz right here. So that's pretty cool. But I only paid $2 for this. Now look, it's so cool, it opens up. But the problem is it's missing one of the discs, and I'm like, $2. I don't want to pass up on this. This is a really cool item to find, in my opinion. And 2 discs is fine, we still get a lot of matches. But yeah, so on the left over here, I think this looks like Jericho to me, but I'm pretty sure it's not. And then we got Taz, and then we got disc 1, disc 2, and disc 3. Now I'm gonna break down all the matches that I have on these discs, and then the ones that I wouldn't have. So let's get to it. Alright guys, so I got the discs out because the matches are right behind the discs. So for disc 1, it says, "Welcome to the land of the extreme." Here is the design of the disc. The first match is Shane Douglas versus Tuco Scorpio, August 27, 1994. The second match is Tommy Dreamer versus Raven at the Hostile City Showdown in 1995. And then we go to a different one, which is called Matt Mastery. It goes to Dean Malenko and Tuco Scorpio versus Taz and Eddie Guerrero. Let me zoom in. Maybe y'all want to read that. There we go. Alright guys, we got Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero on July 28, 1995. We got Shane Douglas. I think I rated that match. Maybe. We got Shane Douglas versus Cactus Jack on February 17, 1996. And then we got Chris Jericho versus Tuco Scorpio at August 5th, 1996. That is it for disc 1. Alright, so now what for disc 2, here is the disc 2 design. And then for the matches, you get Rob Van Dam and Sabu versus the Eliminators on February 22nd, 1997. Sabu versus Taz, April 13th, 1997. I watched this match a while ago, and that match is phenomenal. I'm probably going to do it in the next match ratings episode, so stay tuned for that. Then you got a new national audience is the next caption. You got Shane Douglas versus Bam Bam Bigelow on November 30th, 1997. And you got Sabu and Rob Van Dam versus Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. August 2nd, 1998. And then the next caption is Homegrown Talent for Rob Van Dam versus Jerry Lynn. Alright, and now this is what we would have got if it came with the third disc. We would have got Shane Douglas versus Taz on January 10th, 1999. Rob Van Dam and Jerry Lynn versus Jerry Lynn on July 16th, 1999. Mike Awesome versus Masato Tanaka on November 7th, 1999. Oh, and this is the foundation of ECW as the caption. And then the next one is Breaking Allegiances. You have Taz versus Tommy Dreamer, April 22nd, 2000. Tommy Dreamer versus Just Incredible on April 22nd, 2000. You got Rhino versus Sandman on July 16th, 2000. And then you have the next caption is replenishing the roster. You have Rhino versus Spike Dudley on December 3rd, 2000. Jerry Lynn versus Christian York on December 30th, 2000. And Yoshihiro Tajiri and, man, it's hard to read, Mikey something Wreck versus Kid Cash, Super Crazy versus the FBI, January 7th, 2001. So those are some pretty good matches, but I'm pretty sure we could find them on Peacock. I just thought I'd pick this up because it was a really cool find, you know. Back in the day, WWE would do these box sets of DVDs, and this is one of them. They had a few other ones in that bin. They had a WCW one. They had a Hulk Hogan collection one. Didn't really want that one. But, yeah, let's get on to the next item. Alright, now for the next item, it's not directly wrestling related, but for me, it kind of is. We have this leather journal that I bought in Seattle at the market. It's red and it has a wolf on it, the moon, it's a forest, and it's real leather too. And you get these notepads in them, or not notepads, like paper. And I was thinking, once I run out of space in my first notebook, we're gonna move on to this one, and we're gonna for the match ratings. And this one, you can actually reload the paper, so you can take these papers out and put some new ones in. You just gotta get the right paper size. And yeah, there is a little bit of reasoning behind like why I got this color, and I'm about to tell you why. And that reasoning is the alpha kind of represents Konosuke Takeshita, and a lot of his attire is associated with red, but red is also my favorite color. So yeah, it's a little bit of symbolism behind why I chose this specific color. But yeah, by the way, the main event of Dynamite is on right now, so kind of multitasking. but let's get into the last two. Alright, next we have a Andre Chase Series 151 Basic. We are going to be opening this up later on in the video. But yeah, there's a few reasons why I got this one, because I have the Thea Hale Chase variant with the Chase U gear, if you guys saw my one short. And then also, Andre Chase is just a funny dude, and it's nice to have him in the collection. But he also comes with the gun hands, and it's always nice to have more gun hands. You know, you could do Bullet Club, Kenny Omega, Finn Balor, all that stuff. But yeah, Chase U is cool, and then he also comes with the shooting hands. But yeah. And the final wrestling figure pickup before we start opening stuff was the Sting. Now, the Target exclusive Sting. Now, I'm kind of late on this. It's been on the shelves for a little bit now, but they finally went on sale for like $13, and I'm like, yeah, let's just get it now. I was kind of waiting for it to go on sale before I wanted to buy it. I was kind of tempted here and there, but now it's finally on sale. Finally picked it up. Pay-per-view limited edition AEW Revolution Sting's final match. And this is actually my first AEW Sting. I do have a couple of Mattel Stings, but yeah, I'm excited that I got this figure. But let's start opening some figures. Let me put my other figures that I got away. But yeah, let's go. Oh, before I put those away, we're gonna review the accessories on the Rosie and Carlito. So let's do that real quick. Alright guys, so for the accessories of Rosie, you get 2 interchangeable heads. The the head that comes on the figure is like his orange and blue gear with the silver lining. And then the interchangeable one is just kind of like a purple mask that goes around his eye. So you get 2 interchangeable heads. You get 2 pairs of hands. The first ones you get are the fist. Fist hands are always pretty much included, and then you obviously have to get the mic holding hands in on that. So that is the hands and the 2 heads. But the centerpiece of this figure is actually the shirt, and the shirt is pretty much the centerpiece for most figures, but this one is pretty good in detail. Just look at that. Rosie really captured the likeness on that. But yeah, pretty bare bones figure, but I do understand because the detail on that figure is absolutely amazing. But the articulation on this figure, let me show you real quick. It's absolutely terrible. Look, my foot came like halfway off. This one is pretty much off, so I'm gonna have to hot water that. The legs barely move up on mine, so that's one. But then look at this one, barely moves up. Feels like it's gonna snap. And knowing that they are truck joints makes it even more worried. Ab crunch is pretty whatever, and then the head is whatever, so is the arms. But maybe it's because of the factory switch that Mattel did. But yeah, let's go on to the Carlito. Alright, now for Carlito, you do get a pretty good amount of accessories, definitely more than the Rosies. Starting off with the interchangeable hands, you always have to get those 2 mic holding hands. And then you also get the I'ma slap you hands, or yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they are. I'ma slap you hands. But yeah. And you get this one singular hand, which is to hold the apple. I do believe that Mattel only does this, there we go, for Carlito, which is pretty cool. And I do think it's a pretty cool feature to include the apple. And you get the chain that he stole from John Cena when they were feuding back in, I think, 2005, when John Cena was United States champion. And then you get this nice cloth Hawaiian button-up shirt that Carlito used to wear when he first started in WWE. He would wear those like Hawaiian shirts, which was pretty cool, and it's pretty nice detail that they added it. But yeah. Alright, so that is gonna do it for these 2 Legends figures. If you guys haven't picked them up yet, definitely go pick them up now. Now is the time. I saw a tag that said $6 for one, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, and also the Ultimate Edition Hulk Hogan is about $10 off right now, so go pick that up. But yeah, if you haven't picked these figures up, do recommend you do. But always like try to make sure that you can like check if your figure is faulty or not. There's definitely not a way you can't, but if you can, check for that, because mine aren't the greatest. Mine are pretty tough on the legs right here. It's like a 1-2 motion. Like it's like can't really stop them in the middle, but then everything else is pretty fine. But yeah, just try to make sure for that. But let's get on to the new figures that I got. Alright, so we're gonna be opening up the Andre Chase first. Now I don't care for the box on basics, so let's just do that. And then boom, there we go. Andre Chase out of the box, and let's review him. So head scan wise, I do think that they really captured him really well. He's reminded me of somebody, but I can't really put my finger on it right now. Maybe I'll edit a picture of them right here, who he reminds me of. But yeah, I do think that if you compare it to what he actually looks like, that it does look pretty good. They got the beard, the hair, and everything. But I do think it would be better if you guys, oh shit, what the fuck, gave him a smiling head sculpt. But yeah, going on the gear, I'm really happy that we finally have this gear. Chase U, come on, look at that, boom. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this figure on the upper body. But then you get the gun slinging hands right there, bang bang, bang bang. But yeah, pretty good for the upper body. It's kind of like a promo gear. You could make him wrestle in it. And coming here, down over there, you got the sweatpants with a golden line on the side, which is pretty cool design, kind of like UCLA colors. And then you actually do get these shoes, which I do think they're supposed to be some type of shoe, but I'm not the biggest sneakerhead. My cousin is. I might ask him what shoes they look like. But yeah, they look actually pretty good for the amount of detail that they have for a basic. But yeah, the basic, whatchamacallit, the detail that they have on this basic is really good, and I wish they would do that for all basics. Covered in on articulation here. Oh my god, bro, I'm about to snap this knee. This knee cannot. Okay, there we go. Oh, come on, man. Jon Moxley just bulldog choked them out. Alright, they're kind of stiff on the lower legs, but and then the joints right here are really stiff as well. You can barely move them. But I mean, it is a basic, but basics that I got recently are pretty good mobility. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this figure. If you find it, definitely pick it up. I try to look online for it, and it's going for $5 more than it is store price. So yeah, and it is his first time in the line. Great figure. Let's go down to the next. Alright, before we move on to the next figure that I want to open up, this is I want to try two things out. This is the first thing. So if you got old Bullet Club members that are now Mattel figures, then you can do Bullet Club, you know, that's the whole thing, the handguns. But here, yeah, here's Cody doing some right there, some poses with the handguns, you know. But yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to try. And if I pop these hands back into Andre Chase here, you'll see what I'm doing. If you guys saw that one short a long time ago, I doubt you guys did, because it only has about like 40 views. But it was one of my first shorts, maybe about 2 months ago. And I got a figure, but it was the Chase variant. And look what we got here, guys. We got the whole Chase U set. Andre Chase, Thea Hell Chase variant. Wow, this looks so cool together. Bam, it's like bam, bam, picture. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. But yeah, let's get into the next figure. Alright, guys. So for the finale of this long video, I'm pretty sure it's going to be pretty long. We got the Target exclusive pay-per-view limited edition Revolution Sting. His final match. I'm not happy that I got this figure. Let's get this shit open. I don't want to wait no more. Alright, guys, so I tried keeping the box in pristine condition. But this man came with so many accessories, like it was in the back of the box, you know. I just threw the box out. But yeah, that's the upside. We get so many accessories with this figure. We're gonna, oh, messed up my setup, man. We're gonna start off on the far right over here with this bat. You know, Sting's signature weapon is a bat. And so, you know, obviously it comes with them, but it has some writing on right here. If my camera will focus. Yo, camera. Yo, camera. Yo, camera. Okay, it says the Icon Sting AEW Revolution on March 3rd, 2024. Why does my camera look like that? Hold on, let me fix this. Yeah, that's what the bat says, and you know, my camera's not working. Just gonna move on. And then we got two mic holding hands right here. My camera will focus. Hello? Let me try something. Alright, so we got two mic holding hands right here with the Sting Scorpion on the back of them. Then we got two fist hands right here. These are the only two interchangeable hands that the figure comes with. Damn, my hands look bad right now. But yeah. And then you get two head sculpts. You get a normal expression head sculpt with all the face paint. And then you get a tired Sting with half the face paint gone, and he's screaming, or maybe he's breathing heavily. And then you get this sick Sting rubber jacket. I don't know if I'm gonna put this on the figure because it's hard to get the figures out of the accessory once you put them on. But it is a little bit easier with AEW figures since you could pop the body off. But yeah, this is cool. You got the big scorpion on the back. And yeah. But then the best accessory, in my opinion, is this AEW Revolution 2024 chair. Look at that detail, man. You don't really get too many pay-per-view chairs with Mattel or Jazzwares, but on the seat itself, the pad, you got the Young Bucks versus Sting and Darby Allin, Sting's final match. And then on the backrest, you got Swerve versus Samoa Joe and Hangman Adam Page. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then if you say it out like this, what the? Alright, well, like that, then you could put a figure on it. Let's get Andre Chase out here. Damn, his legs are stiff. But yeah, boom. Andre Chase taking a seat right there. But yeah, let's get into the figure now. Alright guys, so here is the figure in all of its glory. We already took a look at the head scans, and I think they really captured the likeness on the man, Icon Sting. But the ring gear is very basic. You know, he was kind of just wearing pants and a shirt, and they captured it nice. But the one thing I do not like is, like, you can see the shirt wrinkles, but like when you move the shirt, it just doesn't look like, when you move the arm, it just doesn't look nice like that, you know. And you know, it's just bugs me a little. Not that big of a deal, doesn't ruin the figure. But yeah, it's basically just the all black attire with the big scorpion on the front. So taking a look at articulation here, no ab crunch. Where's this ab crunch at? Look, nothing. Arms smooth as usual. Elbows, oh wow, these are pretty tough to move. Look at that, wow. Maybe that's for the best, but sometimes you like it, sometimes you don't. Lower body though, knees pretty stiff, whatever, you know, like, you get what you get. And then the foot moves well, legs move well. He's not the best posability. Like, I think a basic has more. Yeah, look at that, wow. A basic has more mobility than him, but maybe they were trying to make it as accurate as possible and say that Sting doesn't have mobility or something. I don't know, maybe I'm just trying to cope. But I'm kind of disappointed in this figure. Maybe it's, you're not supposed to like have the best articulation. I'm not disappointed in is the detail, so maybe it's like a give or take trade right there. But yeah. If you want this figure, now is the time to go buy it. 13 bucks. Target exclusive. Probably not gonna see it ever again. So yeah. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. That's gonna wrap it up today. Hope you guys did enjoy, just me yapping about these wrestling figures that I picked up or other wrestling items that I picked up. And I hope you guys did enjoy me sharing it with you. But yeah, go pick these Sting, the Carlito, the Rosie, the Godfather, the Kurt Angle. They're all like really cheap right now. And then Andre Chase, if you can find them, definitely pick them up. And then go to flea markets, and if you hunt, you will find something good eventually. Like I found 3 things at ECW DVD, 2 wrestling figures. I will be doing a video on reviving these 2 eventually, coming out soon probably. But maybe y'all already saw it if you're watching this in the past, shit. But I hope you guys did enjoy, and peace out, fools. See you next time.